everyone, welcome to another episode of this thing called the Vole&otter Gamecast. So we're back with another special here after the previous special, the Summer Game Fest one.
I'm special.
I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My mom says I'm special every day.
So we played a lot of demos over the past couple of weeks, and we thought it would be nice to talk about them. These were not demos related to the Summer Game Fest, so Steam has been doing the Steam Next Fest concurrently. I don't know if that's still going on. Today that we're recording is the 22nd of June, 25. So it might still be on, it might not be. Anyway, there were a lot of demos, and we played a bunch of them. I played 12 or 2 of them. So one of them wasn't a Steam Next Fest demo, and I'm going to get it out of the way at the start. And then we're going to alternate. I played mine in alphabetical order because that's how they were showing up in my Steam library. bout did them in non-alphabetical order because he's a fucking rebel.
I'm fucking crazy like that.
Yeah, I know. So it's going to be unpredictable. Wild cards.
Crazy. Ooh.
Yeah. The game that I started with is #Drive Rally. So hashtag...
I'm already cringing.
I know.
What fuck is that? Is that a racing game again?
It's a racing game.
Why do you like racing games?
It's a terrible name.
It is really a terrible name.
It's from a developer and publisher called Pixel Perfect Dude. And it's out now. So this was not part of the fest, as I'm saying.
Go get it.
Don't.
Oh, okay.
So we've divided our games. I forgot to mention this. We've divided our verdict for the games as noperz, yupperz, wait for Plus or a Game Pass, keep an eye on, that's mine, and then I think bout has a category that is too many issues to play.
Yeah, I have a potato laptop, it's not running some things.
Sometimes I play cartoony looking racing games because they're quite arcadey and remind me of my childhood, and this looked like one of those, so I was like, let's try this out. I did not like anything about this game. I didn't like how it controlled. It was very snappy.
What do you mean snappy? Like, was it like very jerky? Was it like moving very...
It felt very jerky to move.
Fair enough.
Not in a fun way. I didn't like the look. Like, it was cartoony, but it had a very flat Saturday morning cartoon look to it. And
okay.
The co-driver was not only unhelpful, like using... very basic non-standard callouts, which probably doesn't mean much to you, but if anyone listening plays rally games, that will mean something to them. So I couldn't tell.
No, I understand what you mean by it.
Right. But also it was so annoying to listen to. So there was an option between standard and emotional for the co-driver. So the standard sounded completely bored. Like left 2, right 2, left 1, right 6. Left 6. But it had like these weird inflections of left 6, right 6. It's like, okay.
So that guy was just probably underpaid and he did not care.
Hang on. And then we got the emotional option.
Interesting.
Are you looking it up?
I'm looking at videos of it. Yeah, the look definitely does not look great.
Yeah. So then we got the emotional option, which was right 2, left 6. It's like, okay.
So wait a second, like you have the option to have someone that's emotional, someone that's not. I guess that makes sense. Like if you're driving and you are like easily stressed or whatever, someone that's like emotional might, throw you off or whatever.
See, in other rally games, you can have the co-driver react to stuff that happen, and it makes sense. Like sometimes, I don't know, you may crash or you may have like a big bump or a big jump, and they might do something that is a reaction to that and sounds realistic. It sounds immersive. It sounds like plausible. In this case, it sounded like they were just straining every time they were doing the call out. And it was the same person. It wasn't like a different actor.
So they gave the same actor like different prompts and basically they had to follow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I can't really recreate this, but both had a twee vibe, twee style of speaking.
Twee style of speaking?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain this other than... So there's a couple of characters. A lot of characters have this problem in Dragon Age Veilguard, but Harding, especially, and what was her name? Bellara, sorry, not Velara. You don't know who I'm talking about. Someone might.
No, I haven't played the game yet.
Yeah, it's that very cozy, cutesy way of talking that a lot of people in the wholesome games had as well.
Oh my god, there you go again with your hate.
So having that as both unhelpful and also awkward sounding co-driver, it was really weird. So my comment on this is nope like Leslie Nope for this one.
Teehee, turn right.
Yes. So with that out of the way, there's another one that I could not play. So we'll get that out of the way quickly as well, called Node, The Last Favor of the Antarii, with 2 I's at the end. This is a 2025 release date, so nothing specific. It's a 2.5D puzzle platformer, I'm quoting now from Steam, about a robot navigating a Cold War nuclear complex. It looked really interesting, but it kept crashing when loading.
Fair enough.
I tried it on 2 PCs, one a lot more powerful than the other one, and that wasn't it. So noperz, that's their demo. It doesn't fill me with confidence about the main game.
I mean, I would give it a chance for the future, Maybe they fix the shit.
Perhaps.
I'm looking at the trailer now. It does look very interesting. It also does look like they have taken a page almost off like the Limbo team. I'm forgetting the name again of the other game that they made, the Limbo team. Inside. Like a little bit that aesthetic. Maybe meets Wally, I don't know. It looks interesting. But it's a shame that I hear from you that it's just not working. It says that your choices shape your journey. It's like, wow, Telltale Games.
Yeah, anything more stereotypical and cliche and you die. It's a shame. I was looking forward to playing it, but that's with the 2 short ones out of the way. And then something we both played, which is the only demo we've both played in this one.
Yeah, we both played Baby Steps.
Oh yeah.
Developers are Gabe Cuchillo, Maxi Boch, and Bennett Foley. And it's published by Devolver Digital, which usually bring interesting games. And a lot of times bring games that I cannot beat.
So what's your verdict here?
I certainly love it. What I played is extremely fun and interesting. It did bring a lot of... What was it called, that game that you're a little robot and you're growing plants and you climb up? Growing up? Grow up? It was Grow Up. So it gave me kind of these vibes of like understanding how to control something very simple that usually games have it pretty much automatic.
It's literally a walking simulator.
Yes, you learn how to walk.
You play a man-child who lives with his parents in like his mid-30s and...
Literally in his parents' basement.
Yeah, and gets teleported totally unexplained as the demo starts. We don't know how and why. From lying in his pajamas in the sofa watching TV to some wilderness, and then apparently he doesn't know how to walk or balance.
Mm-hmm.
So you control his legs, not his limbs. It's only his legs with the triggers. And his weight with the left stick. So you push the left stick forward and he kind of leans forward, and then you, with the triggers, you lift one leg and then you lift the other leg.
I fell down extremely quickly.
Yeah.
I think I fell down without even taking a step first.
Me too, because there's no way to know how this is going to control until you start controlling it.
And I immediately started laughing at how he was reacting by things happening around him, how other characters were treating him. The sense of humor is pretty much what you would expect from the trailer.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. Like, what I got from the trailer was exactly what I wanted to play.
It's slapstick comedy. Did you try to do anything with your legs while you were falling down? While you were fallen? Because there's a little bit of a pause between falling and then him starting to stand up. And if you press the triggers really quickly, he just jiggles his legs about. And it was like the most hilarious thing I had seen that day.
No, I did not try to do that. I think I was trying very hard to master the controls of the legs.
Yeah, no, as soon as I realized, okay, this is a joke game, I started being silly a bit with it.
Yeah, well, it probably is the best way to approach it.
And the writing is really awkward.
Yes. It also almost gave me Tim Robinson vibes at times, and how much the social situation that he was getting stuck in felt extremely uncomfortable and awkward, and just so mechanic of clearly of a person that is trying to be liked and fit in, but really not knowing how to act and just fucking it up. The issue that I had was that it was not running fantastically on my PC. As said, I was playing on a potato, so it was kind of running almost in slow-mo. I don't know if that helped me or not. I don't know if it was actually giving me more time to react and everything, or if it actually hindered me because I was not really hitting a stride, let's say.
I can see both things working, both things happening. It's not a heavy game, by the way. It's just that you have a laptop that is not a gaming laptop. So
I got a laptop that I got when my old laptops had giving up, and I have it for job applications and this.
Yeah. So it's not a heavy game, if anyone's worried about this. It's more like...
No, in the end, it did run it. It did run the game. I dropped it to low, and it was kind of okay.
So I have that as a wait for Plus or Game Pass.
Interesting.
Mainly because I don't know how long the joke will last before it gets old.
I have it as a complete yupper. Potentially I'll get it day one.
Okay.
Yes, the controls may be a little bit awkward in a way that I might not get a kick out of it for the duration of the playtime, but the humor itself and the writing probably will get me. So
fair enough.
For that reason alone, I mean.
The writing was really funny in the... How long? 20 minutes that I played the demo?
Yeah, same. I did not play too long because I was like, okay, yeah, I want to play this.
There's a kind of a bonfire that you see from a distance. I go to that fire. Campfire, not bonfire. It's not Dark Souls.
I think I did not even get there, to be honest, because it was very quick to me to know that, this is not going to be very long. So probably I want to keep the full effect for when I play it. B, it was not running in the way that I would like to play it. So potentially I was like, okay, let's move on. Let's actually check things that I know less about and I might be more interested in talking about.
That's fair.
But yeah, it's a yes for me.
We both kind of liked it, it sounds. It's just we're a bit different on how enthused we are about it.
Yeah, I think one thing that I always favor whenever I say a game is that if it's a relatively small game that's not going to cost me a lot and potentially I'm going to have a very good kick out of, I'm more inclined to support that than almost guaranteed time sink but expensive AAA game. I want the wacky weird shit, basically, and this is the wacky weird shit.
It is wacky weird shit, yes.
Yeah.
And very, very awkward humor. If you can't handle that, stay away from this game.
Yeah. And if you have not seen I Think You Should Leave, please do. It's hilarious.
Yeah. So I'll talk about the next one as well because it's a very short impression that I have about it. It's called Cast and Chill from Wombat Brawler.
Cast and Chill.
Cast and Chill. It's out already. When I played it wasn't. It's out on 16th of June. So it's out at this point. It's a cozy, idle/active fishing game with pixel-style graphics. It looked very pretty. It looked gorgeous. And that's why I wanted to try it. The music is also really nice. So you have a doggo on your boat that you customize. I mean, there's a randomized selection at the beginning for your character and the dog. And the dog just has different color coat.
Mm-hmm.
You can pet the doggo. And the doggo loves you when you pet the doggo.
Good.
There's hearts coming up. The loop seems to be you catch a fish, you then catch another fish, and then you go and sell the fish and upgrade your gear and get maps for where to get fish. And then you go and catch more fish. And that's the loop.
So is it a fishing game?
Yeah.
It was on Wholesome Games on the showcase.
Yeah, I can see it working as a background game where you leave it to play on its own. And you look at it as a almost screensaver while you work, perhaps, depending on what type of work you do. The vibes are nice, but I just go bored really quickly with this.
Is there no input from you when the game goes on?
You can have input, or you can let the game play itself. And then I think the only input you can have at that point, you can have input either in the fishing. So you click somewhere and the guy casts the line. And then when the fish bites, you pull the fish out, and that's it. And all you do is like hold the mouse button. You don't do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And then when your boat is full, you go back to the shop, and then you select your upgrades, and then you go back and fish. The way it can be idle is that the fishing can be done automatically, and then I guess you go and do the upgrades yourself when it's full. There are a lot of games like that, like auto clickers or something. I think it's in that category of an idle game. You let it play. I don't really get this as a genre, as a style, as a type of game, so I'm not really sure why someone would do this. Other than the vibe, this one has really pretty graphics and the music is really nice. So maybe you'd like to let it play on your PC while you do other stuff. Who knows?
Interesting. It doesn't sound like my thing, but maybe it's yours.
It's not my thing either. I have it as a noperz, not because I hate it or anything. It's more like, I don't get this. I play 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, it's nice vibes, but gorgeous visuals. I'll say this again. It looks amazing.
It does look very nice, yes. And serene. It's weird to be able to make a serene game just with pixel art.
Yeah.
They did it though, so thumbs up on that.
Yeah.
One I will talk about, and I kind of want to get the noperz out of the way. I don't want to have like the major negatives for later. So I have one noper.
Only one noper out of 10.
Look, if I'm going to pick demos to play, potentially I'm going to pick the ones that seem interesting to me.
I mean, I did the same.
Yeah, so I'm going to at least be interested in them. And this one is the one that I picked that did not seem interesting to me, but I was like, you know what, this is being pushed a lot. I'm seeing it a lot in both the Summer Game Fest and in Wholesome Games. It was kind of forefront. And it was called Is This Sea Taken? The developer is Potty Potty Studio, which is fitting because I thought the game was a great pooping game.
Okay.
It is a cute little puzzler where basically you are in different situations. So like, you are at a taxi, you are at a bus, you are at a train, and you have many passengers or people that want to join, let's say, this ride. But have specific wants. So one wants to be at the window, one wants to be at the next to another person, and a person that's there has not showered, so they stink. So it will annoy other people, and they need to sit separate. So it's just a puzzler about you arranging these people in the seats in the most optimum way for everyone to be happy before the ride, let's say, that they're taking. I played about 6 of the puzzles that were available in the demo. I was fine with it. It was very uneventful and very uninteresting for me, because I don't love puzzle games, and if I don't have context for doing these puzzles that's like strong enough to keep me in, I'm not gonna care about playing it. And I did not care about this one.
Sounds almost like a game, as you said, either like a pooping game or a game that you play while you commute and you just want to do something.
Basically, that's what I felt. And for that reason, I was not surprised to see that it's also been released on mobile.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, overall disappointed. But no, I'm not really disappointed. It's exactly what it showed on the trailer. It was there. I was like, oh, the laptop is definitely going to run this, so might as well try it. And I tried it. Nah.
Okay. Well, going into a yupperz next for me.
A yupperz?
Was a game called Dispatch.
Dispatch! Right, the
Yes.
Telltale Team game about you basically dispatching superheroes.
Yep, that one.
Uh-huh. How was it?
It's from Ad Hoc Studio, which is staffed, as you said, by ex-Telltale people, and it has a planned release in 2025, so we don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
This was very right up my alley, basically, as a game. I love Telltale games, the good ones. I like the genre a lot. So humor and writing clicked. So it's kind of an office comedy, the style. And it's a combination when it comes to gameplay of time dialogue choices, as you would expect from people that worked in Telltale, and team management. So I don't usually like management games, but this was pretty fun to play. So what you have is a profile of your hero team, the one that you're supposed to be managing, and you receive distress calls, which have success requirements. So it's like there's the roleplay aspect of it, of, hey, I don't know, my cat is stuck up in a tree, or some thieves stole my watch, or something like that. Like, it starts with small things. And you need to send someone, for example, with a cat that will be able to do that, but also not make the kid cry. And you have character sheets for your team, but also the character profile. So the character sheet is the stats, and the profile is what kind of people they are and how they would talk and interact, what kind of things they like, what they don't like, what the background is. And based on that, you choose who to send. But you need to also manage the team dynamics through dialogue options, because they have like disagreements between them. If someone wants to go to a call, but you don't send them, they might get pissy about it. Or someone is bored and you send them there, they might not do a good job. And then when they are at the call, something can come up to disrupt it. And then you have to make a choice of how to direct them, like what to do. Like,
interesting.
Do this or do that.
To begin with, I'm very happy that it's more than, picking dialogues.
Yes. So you are picking dialogues, but you're picking a lot more things around the dialogues. So I really like that.
Yeah, because when I saw it, I was like, okay, it's a cool premise, but yeah. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, so I'm just going to be picking dialogues again and watching things happen. But no, it looks like it can be way more varied, and the combinations could potentially be fun. That's great. I'm happy to hear that.
And then they level up. They get XP from the calls if they manage them successfully, and then you level them up. So it looks great. I wish listed it, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Cool. I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm glad it works out. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But the first impressions were great. That was a great demo. It was very short. I was like, oh, this was it? I want to play more. It's like, that's great.
That's good. Then I will move to the next game that I played, which was Prison of Husks, developed by Glasshead Dolls. I think this was shown in the women-led games in Summer Game Fest. And I was immediately drawn to it. It sounds like it looked demade, so PS1 graphics, basically.
Ah, that's what you mean. Because I'm looking at your document here, and I'm like, demade it Souls-like. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, no, it literally is in PS1 3D graphics. And the aesthetics themselves were really attractive, so it was very black and white, very almost monochrome. Throughout the thing, it looked very grim, very grim, very like moody. So I was like, you know what, let's check it out. It did not run fantastic on my laptop. I'm not sure, like, from how the game looked and how big the demo was. Definitely, it's something that my laptop should be able to run. It has run heavier things. It ran baby steps.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of an issue of the game itself. It starts in a very familiar way of you being, a scrawny little thing that wakes up in a cell, and then someone throws you a key and you go out, and then you suddenly it's the beginning of Dark Souls. It's very similar, basically.
Yeah. At the beginning of a lot of those RPGs.
And you face like an enemy that's very hard in the beginning, and it takes you a bit to find a weapon, and if you die, you need to go back to collect your souls. It's very much that word that I don't like, Souls-like. To begin with, the controls were clunky, and one thing that's always a deadly trap for this kind of games is to create controls that are not particularly responsive. A lot of these games feel like you're basically running through taffy or molasses, that you're stuck constantly on the floor.
That's not a good feeling for such a game.
Well, Mortal Shell, thank you. Which is funny because from the time that we recorded the previous episode to now, where we talk about Mortal Shell 2 and how I was excited because there was Behemoth in, I played the demo meanwhile, and I just did not like it at all.
You didn't play the demo, you played the first game.
Oh yeah, I didn't play the demo even. I just played the first area, basically.
Yeah, you started the first game on stream and you didn't look like you were having a little fun with it.
No, it is this thing. It is this problem that these games go through. Like, Dark Souls is successful because it did not feel unresponsive. It felt like I was having full control of the character. While both in this and Mortal Shell, I did not feel like I have control over it.
Yeah, that's a shame.
At times I swear that I was blocking, I swear that I was parrying, I swear that I was attacking, and it was just nothing happening. Could be because the game ran weird, could be a laptop thing, could be a game thing. I'm not entirely sure. It was clunky, like the controls need tightening. But at the same time, like it's a game that I looked and I want to like. So, as it is right now, I wouldn't play it, but I know that in a little bit of time, if we get it on Plus, maybe I will. So, for me, this one is wait for Plus.
Okay. So it sounds like there's a question there about what it is that makes it not feel right.
Yeah.
And whether that's fixable and something that they will improve or not.
Yeah.
All right. I will stay on the similar theme of PS1 looking games. The next game I'm going to talk about is called Easy Delivery Co. Co as in company, I guess. By a developer called Sam C. The letter C. Published by Oro Interactive. With a release date in 2025. Not more specific than that. So it's a driving game that looks like a PS1 game where you make deliveries in a small mountain town and you meet residents while you're at it and talk with them. I didn't see a lot of story in the time I played, but it looks like it will slowly unfold. It also includes, which I found was quite interesting and amusing as an idea because it lies to look like a PS1 game. It has split-screen race mode for up to 5 players, which is, I find quite rare for a PC game. Very chill music. I love the vibe and the atmosphere. I think similarly to, I did a stream about 2 weeks ago, played the demo of Tainted Grail. My reflections on that demo, which I loved by the way, and I'm not really looking forward to playing the main thing, is that it hit the right spot between nostalgia and freshness. And this demo did the same thing. It looked like a PS1 game, but it was new. Also, bonus points, you play a feline protagonist.
Yeah, I can see that. For something cozy, it's very weird that it's so grey and Silent Hilly almost.
It's very grey. So it's a snowy small town. You have a small truck. It looks quite foggy and dark. And because of the timing of playing this, I had bought Silent Hill 2 Remake about 2 or 3 days before I played this demo. And it made me think of Silent Hill 1, the way it looked. So it's very dark and very grey, as you say, because everything is snowed. But it does have a cozy vibe with the music. Interestingly as well, it has survival mechanics. You can't stay out in the cold for long before dying. So if you get out of your truck, you have less than a minute before the screen starts to freeze over and you start to walk slowly and you need to get back to your truck, or you need to go to a campfire. Usually there's a character in the demo that acts as a bit of a tutorial guide as well, that hangs out in the cold in the street with a barrel fire. And if you go and sit close to the fire, you get warmed up and you're fine, or you go back to your truck. There's also tiredness, like fatigue mechanic. And in some social commentary, I suppose, the company that has hired you gives you a complimentary free energy drink to start the game with, so you can stay awake and keep doing your deliveries. And then you get money for every delivery, and then you spend some of that money to buy more energy drinks so you can stay awake and keep delivering stuff. Which sounds very dystopian.
You found it relaxing, but it's funny because you were complaining last week about all the games that you found. Like, you know, how you don't find job games relaxing.
Yes, it's quite ironic. I realize that. I think what I find relaxing here is that I like the gameplay loop. I like this idea of driving around on a mountain that looks the way it looks. Like, really, the visual and aesthetic style was something that I clicked with. And also, like, I had, from a child, playing on PS1, I remember some Paperboy. Oh no, that wasn't even a PS1. I think that was on the Super Nintendo or something.
Paperboy.
Yeah, well, you ride your bicycle and you deliver papers.
Interesting.
So I think when I was a child, I had this kind of fantasy that I could ride my bicycle around and make money out of it by delivering papers that you often see in films and stuff, but was never a thing where we grew up. I think this was very much an American thing that Greece did not have at all as a thing.
Yeah, no.
In some ways, I guess it is a job simulator because you're having a job and you're going around doing that. You have some supermarkets that sell other kind of stuff that help you with surviving outside of your truck longer. You also get to solve some basic things. I don't know how elaborate and complicated they get, but a very, very simple example, and it's not really a spoiler because it's very, very early on. Like there's an avalanche that has fallen down on the main road, and in order for you to access the rest of the area, you need to make a couple of small deliveries to get enough money to go to the supermarket and buy a shovel, and then you shove the snow out of the road. So there might be stuff like that. You get to unlock radio towers, so you get more radio stations. But I couldn't unlock the second one because I needed to go up some steps, and I didn't have enough. I didn't have something to keep me warm while going up the steps, so this seems like it was locked outside the demo.
Okay.
I enjoyed playing it. I played about 15 minutes and I had to remind myself, hey, stop, you have a lot more demos to check. I would wait for a good discount, though, because there may not be a substantial narrative. And I think even though I like the vibes and the gameplay loop, that may lose its charm after a couple of hours for me if there's no narrative.
Fair enough.
To drive it forward. So it looks like it's a PC-only game. If it comes on consoles, I would wait for Plus. If it's only on PC, I would wait for some Steam sale to get it. Like, I would pay £4 or £5 for this.
I mean, from what it looks like, the good thing with a lot of these games that we played is that they're not long. So even if it's relatively thin, if it lasts 3 hours, it's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Cool.
I have it as a yupperz. It's just I will wait for it because I don't know if there will be enough of a narrative to keep me going. It might be very simple and it might be 3 hours, as you say, and then that's fine.
Well, speaking of yupperz, I have one for you right here. What? It's called Gecko Gods, and it's developed by Sorry about killing your name if you listen to this. I'm really sorry. Luis Valoschek. As the name would suggest, you play as a gecko. And what was immediately charming and interesting to me was that so like the game starts and I immediately just take a straight left and try to climb a wall, and I did because I'm a gecko, and I'm like, okay, cool. So this game is made to make you have these like physics with this in mind, and it does maintain that throughout the demo that I did. So
is that 3D or like a side scroller?
It is a 3D platformer with light puzzles, from what I understood. But also like kind of a collectathon as well, because like you collect, let's say, bugs that you eat, but also create an encyclopedia of bugs, let's say. You have, let's say, a generic mission of awaking the Gecko God. So you're walking through some weird, ancient-looking temples, kind of reminiscent of Zelda Breath of the Wild temple-y stuff. And with the physics that you have and what you can do as a gecko, it's up to you to solve these puzzles. I think it's adorable. I didn't play too much because I immediately knew that this is something for me. I want to play this because it invents something new. So you play as something that I have not controlled before. So having this ability of like climbing over walls and literally finding things everywhere on a 3D space was pretty fun. Not much more that I can say there. It was great to see a door and be like, oh, this door, you need to find 2 levers. And literally one of them was on the ceiling, so I had to like go a full round going up on the ceiling to do that while looking at the world underneath me, basically mirrored upside down.
Cool.
Very fun. Very fun.
Yeah.
The aesthetics are there as well. The music was really good. And the graphics are pretty adorable. So when I have the chance to get this one, I will get this one pretty quick, I think. Yeah, good job.
I see on your list here that your next one was a too many issues to play. So You want to get through that real quick before we go to...
Sure, that was Possessor, developed by Hard Machine. It's weird that this one didn't run for me. It's a 2D side-scroller Castlevania potentially looking game. It is really based on, like, the gameplay really is based on you just reacting to things that happen, because it's like combat heavy, some platforming. It was just so inconsistent when it came to frame rate that I would not have been able to play it. So there was no point in me trying to, like, even at the lowest possible graphics, with everything turned off, it was just not running. So there was no point in me trying. And that's a shame, because, like, the graphics look fantastic, the music look good, the premise is interesting, because basically you get possessed by a demon that gives you powers, and then you just, like, you know, go and fight or whatever. But I literally went in 3 minutes just to understand that I think this will not happen, is it? So unfortunately, I had to quit this one.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So the next one for me is something that I had on my wish list already, and I couldn't remember putting it there or why. That surprised me. Called Eriksholm. Again, I may murder the accent here. Eriksholm, The Stolen Dream. This is an isometric, narrative-driven stealth game by River End Games, published by Nord Current Labs. Has a release date of 15th July this year, 25, and it looks bloody gorgeous. Like, really impressive faces and animations.
This looks good. What I'm looking here, it looks very pretty.
Dude, it looked fucking amazing. Like, and for a small team, I could not believe what I was seeing. Like, the faces and the cutscenes, super pretty, very well animated, very beautiful and rich environments. And the gameplay, talking about wholesome games, and how we didn't really talk about it in the podcast episode, but we had this discussion while we were watching the thing, that the whole idea of wholesome direct, or whatever they call it, was to, or at least the way we understood it and found it interesting, was that it would showcase games that were not relying on combat or violence as a mechanic to progress. And this game is one of those games. It looks like your vocabulary as a player is hide and seek mechanics, like stealth, observing enemy patterns and utilizing the environment to solve the puzzle of how you go through something, like Metal Gear and stuff like that. If you get detected, it's game over.
Okay.
Because you have no way to respond.
So you don't even hit or something?
No, nothing. There was nothing about... I didn't see anything in the demo.
Okay.
I don't know if later on something will change, but in the demo, all I was taught is stay hidden, use the environment, create distractions, and get through the area undetected, because if you get detected, it's game over. So it's a stealth puzzler in a way, with a heavy focus on narrative. So the game opens up with two siblings, a boy and a girl. The girl wakes up having recovered from something called heartpox. Brother goes to work. A bit later, police comes. One of the coppers has a Scottish accent for some reason. I'll say that as a weird thing because the game is set in some fictional city or town in Sweden, I think. So I don't know why.
Eriksholm.
Yeah. So, and they're looking for him, and they want to take the girl to the station, and she sneaks out, and that's where you gain control, and you need to sneak out of the building while the police is looking for you, and then you go and look for your brother. It's set in the 1900s Scandinavia, which is a place and time that I know next to nothing about, so it might be interesting to explore. There are letters and other kinds of collectibles that give more flavor. Yeah, I was hooked. The gameplay seemed really fun for me. The environments were really rich. I played really slowly through it because I liked looking at everything. So I'm really, really looking forward to this.
Interesting. It does look very cool.
Yeah. And I'm curious to see if this will be a no combat game throughout. Maybe you'll find your brother and then you'll switch to play as your brother, and your brother will have a different set of tools or vocabulary in terms of game mechanics. Remains to be seen. I saw nothing in the demo that would indicate that this will have combat.
Okay. Sounds cool. What I played right after that was a little game, and I want to say a little game, like really, it's like made by very few people. Made by 3Bs Inc. called Perfect Tide Station to Station. This one looked interesting. The character design is very cartoony, and it seems like it was set in 2003 as well, which it's a time that I remember vividly because it was when I started having like more of a consciousness, having experiences as a person. So it looks like you play as a person that lives in some form of co-living situation while in their studies. I cannot say that I played too much of this game, because it looked like everything that was going for it was the story, and if I was to start it and understand what's going on, it would give away the story itself.
Yeah. So then you have to go through the story that you already know when you play the game eventually, yeah.
Yeah, basically. So what happened with this one was I jumped in, I looked at the person that I'm supposed to be playing as describe a very mundane, everyday situation that they're going through in a style that was extremely personal to me, let's say. Like, as I heard it and I was like, yeah, I feel that, I feel you. And it had like a little bit of a Until Then vibes.
I have not played that one.
You have not played Until Then? No, you haven't. It's a visual novel made in the Philippines, and whenever I jump into it, because I have not finished it yet, because it's longer than I expected, somehow, whenever I jump into it, like, the vibes that it gives you are so unique and sweet, and it really feels like teenage years. So,
right,
it kind of gave me that.
Yeah, that's a very... it's a combination, as I'm trying to imagine going through that, of cringe and nostalgia.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels like this one feels similar, but a little bit later in life, so like college years.
Right, okay.
And I did not need to see more, basically. I was like, cool, I probably will play it. I'll probably wait for Plus for it, unless someone comes out there and raves about it and says that, holy shit, this is great, please play it.
Yeah, fair enough.
The art style is very unique, very comic booky, cartoony-y, which really stuck out to me. And it looks like as you go on, you start managing your life and shape yourself as, you know, as a person that's growing and learning throughout university and personal experiences.
So what's the gameplay mechanic here?
Did not play that much to tell you.
Okay. So the bit that you played was basically a visual novel.
Yeah, I walked around a bit, talked to some people in the flat, and I was like, I'll leave it here.
Okay.
It's the least I have intentionally dipped into one of these demos throughout the series.
Cool.
Throughout the set. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll see. It looked interesting.
It sounds like a game that you have to be in the right mindset to play.
And not only that, it seems like all I'm going to take out of this is story. So,
yeah.
Playing a demo for a story is like watching a longer trailer of a movie for the movie. So,
well, I suppose it can give you a bit of a sense of what the writing is like, because if that's the only thing that the game it really has to give you, the writing has to be good.
The writing that I saw was good.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
It gave me this, you know, this feeling lost during university year, this like not understanding where you belong as a person, while scraping by to, you know, to survive, basically, because university is a rough period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And this made it feel like it. I was like, okay, you have something here. I'm gonna check it out in full because I don't need more of this before, and then I have a pause and then I redo it.
Right. So it sounds like university can be a bit of a hell over time, right?
Yes. Not both in the positive and negative way of it. Of that sentence.
Yeah. There's another hell that is us.
My ass?
Yes. Us in this sense is the humans, from what I gathered playing Hell is Us as a demo.
What if humans are the real zombies?
Yeah.
What if humans are the real monsters?
So it's developed by Rogue Factor, published by Nacon. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Nacon? I don't know. It has a release date of 4th of September this year. It's a post-apocalyptic third-person action game. I have written a lot about this game because I end up playing a lot of it. Because I couldn't tell if I liked it or not for a while. But it kept growing on me. So I wanted to give it more time to see what the overall sum of my feelings and impressions would be. So it has a bit of a vibe of Death Stranding meets Souls games, which is a very curious combination. Seems to be set in some kind of alternative Earth timeline with references to some event, quote unquote, that happened several thousand years ago. And there's currently an ongoing war between different countries, I think.
Mm.
And there's a lot of evidence of a lot of destruction around. So craters from bombs or mortars, a lot of destroyed buildings. And I couldn't tell whether that was from the ongoing war or it had anything to do with the event and what that has brought in. That event seems to have merged reality with some alternative dimension or some other portal to some other world. I couldn't quite tell. So the enemies... So you start being interviewed or interrogated after the start of the game. And you gain from the dialogue that you went to a specific place to look for your parents because you don't know them and they had fled that area because of the war. And then they gave you away as a child, as a baby, and you're going back to try to find them. And then the game starts. And you walk through some woods and you find some ruined building. You go to the basement, there's an old guy. That is the exposition guy. And it was the most boring dialogue I had ever come across. And I'm like, oh, this is not a good start. But I wasn't sure if it was meant to be boring. Like, because that guy, all he kept talking about was the war and how those people are bad. We're good people. We take care of our neighbors unless it's those people. And I'm like, okay, this is either earnest and it's just boring writing, or they're doing this intentionally. Let's give it some time, because I'm like, I don't care about this dialogue at all. And then I kept going, and then the game starts getting weird.
Weird how?
Because you come across, so the guy directs you, tells you, so the place you want to go is too far from here. You need to find, there's some soldiers with an APC. You need to find them and hitch a ride. You find the APC, there's a soldier who is injured, and he tells you, you need to go find my medkit. We have a campsite up to the north, and then I'll give you the key and tell you how to go and find the rest of the team to get them out and fix the APC.
What is an APC again?
It's some armored vehicle, something. I don't know. It's a army vehicle. I don't know what it stands for.
Armored poop car.
Something like that. So at that point, the game... Sorry. Rewind a bit. You start the thing and the game tells you, we're not going to hold your hand or tell you what to do. You need to pay attention to your environment. I'm like, okay, let's see what that means. The soldier tells you, hey, you need to go north or west or whatever and find this. And the game tells you, figure it out, kind of. Like, you have a compass that you can bring out and look at the compass. And while you have the compass on, you can't use any items because you're holding the compass. So you look where you need to go, you put the compass away, and then you go that way. And you need to look at environmental cues about how to get there. Because the guy tells you, we've marked the trees, so we were able to go back to the campsite. And you look at the marked trees, and then look at the marked trees to get back. You need to remember how to get back. And I'm like, okay, this is doing a bit like different things than standard. I don't know if it's open world. It looked like it had branching paths, but not too branching, so you couldn't really get lost. But still tutorializing, so it might be going easy on you.
So, basically you're telling me no map and no waypoints.
Yeah.
So not this thing that you go out and you follow the mark way in the distance blindly while going over, like, okay.
Yep.
That's cool.
fast forward a little bit so I don't like talk in too much detail about it. You come across enemies that look really alien and weird. And the idea is that modern weapons don't harm them, and you need to find weapons that are made of a certain kind of material that comes from the event time that can harm the enemies. And the combat has very interesting rhythm as well. So it's standard Soulsy stuff. You dodge, you block, you hit with the shoulder buttons. You have a drone that you can use to create distractions. And it has slots for you to equip it with different stuff. The only stuff I could equip during the demo was a distraction thing. Health and stamina are linked. So your endurance stat specifies your max health. Your max health dictates your max stamina. As you lose health, your max stamina also gets reduced. Stamina recharges, health does not. So if you get hit, you have less stamina to work with, which can make it quite difficult. There is a leech mechanic that resembles Bloodborne a little bit, in that when you get hit, you lose some health, but when you hit enemies, there is a bunch of particles that get released. And for a small window of time, you can do a pulse that gathers up those particles, and you regain back part of your health that you just lost. But if you miss that pulse, you miss the opportunity to regain your health. So if you get hit, you need to hit back quickly the way you do in Bloodborne, but you don't leech by hitting back. You hit back, particles release, and then you need to hit another button to get the pulse, to get the particles, and get your health back, which is a bit of an interesting rhythm when I started getting into it, because it's almost musical in a way. Which is, I know it's a weird way to describe it, but it felt a little bit like it had a beat to the combat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the trailer of it. The aesthetics of it were interesting. I could not tell anything about the combat or the gameplay, because I think in that small 6-minute gameplay trailer that I saw, they really shoved a lot of things in, to the point that I felt like I was not really understanding much. So I was waiting to hear your context. It sounds interesting.
Yeah, and the trailer, I think that beat feel of the combat, the trailer cannot really convey it. You need to play it to get it.
Fair enough. I don't think I have the ability, unfortunately.
No, that game, I tried to run it on my older PC. So I ran it at the lowest settings at 720p, with the internal resolution being 40% of that. And the cutscene starts, and I hear people talking, and I don't see anything. And slowly eyeballs start coming into the scene, then some hair. I'm like, all right,
oh no,
this is terrible. And then the game started, and it looked like you had taken like a PS3 game and smeared Vaseline all over it.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, I need to install it on my other PC. The other PC ran it fine.
Yeah, thankfully there's no demos on the PlayStation, so I cannot fucking try anything.
I know, this is really something that I miss from consoles. Not that old consoles had demos on any store, but you could find demo discs. And the PS3 and 360 had a lot more demos.
The demos are really dead. I don't know why.
Well, yes and no, because as we'll talk a little bit about towards the end when we go over our experience engaging with the Steam Next Fest, there were so many demos on Steam.
Yeah, there were a lot, because people actually want to showcase it. I think it's mostly driven by AAA, the AAA industry. Basically, they probably have found out that it might drive incentive down from people buying it. Basically, I don't know.
Perhaps, yeah. I guess one less charitable take here is that they lose control of the narrative of the marketing of a game if they release demos.
Yeah, exactly. I think that marketing itself is way stronger now for the big franchises, let's say. Like, there's no need for you to play a demo if something is made by Rockstar. If it's made by Rockstar, everyone's going to play it. So why have a demo out there while you can just sell the game And even if it's a shit game, people are going to buy it anyway. So
I also do wonder whether it's also to do with the console stores certification. Might cost a lot more to put something out there as a demo than it costs to do it on Steam.
Potentially.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Hell Is Us. I was very intrigued. It seems that it has some bold choices that it's taken, that it's made in terms of design. The writing seems a little bit mixed still. I don't know how good it will be or silly or whatever. And I also don't know how, there's no way to know this, obviously, unless you play the game, how hard it will become.
So it's a pluser?
It's a pluser, yeah. It's
Okay,
I had another type of verdict here, which was keep an eye on it. I think if reviews come out from people that I tend to trust in their tastes, or I have enough of an idea of what their tastes are related to mine, so I can guess from that whether I will enjoy the game or I will think it, or it will be for me. If those are positive, it will go into a yupperz. If seems to still be mixed, it might stay on if it's on Plus, I'll give it a proper go then, or Game Pass or something like that.
Fair enough.
I like the gameplay decisions way more than the narrative so far.
Okay, for the next game, I will do something that I didn't expect to do when I was making a podcast, which is give a trigger warning. Because the next game actually tackles
about
eating disorders.
All right, yeah.
So if you feel that this is something that would affect you,
I will put in the description the time period that we're talking about this game, so you can skip if you need to skip it.
Right. Picking of hell, do you know what else is hell? Diet culture. So I played a little game called Consume Me.
Oh.
It's developed...
I was looking at your game list. I'm like, I don't see a game called Diet Culture. What the fuck?
No, it's called Consume Me. It's by developers Jenny Zhao Xia, A.P. Thompson, Jen G. N. Lee, Violet W.P., and Ken Koda Snyder. This is pretty much about eating disorders.
Okay.
While its presentation is very cute, very cheerful, and the games themselves are even like very cozy, let's say. It was the first one of the lot, and a very rare game at that immediately made a knot in my stomach. Like, it was genuinely uncomfortable playing it. Of course, it's not going to be the same for everyone. I don't think everyone out there has an eating disorder. But as a person who has really struggled with it and really has, family pressure and everything about things like that, this really hit hard. And I say hard. Without for once trying to be dramatic.
So it sounds like it's handling its subject matter well then.
Yes, it is. It's presenting something that's very hard for some people, but in a very cutesy and light way. Basically, what you play as a young girl that her mom basically started forcing her to diet because she gained a little bit of weight. And that's where the gameplay mechanic comes in, which is you have 3 meters. One is the mood, or happiness, rather. One is hunger. And one is... What was the other one? Wait a second. That was the third thing. Maybe it was like calories. Yes, it was calories. Which did not express themselves as calories. They expressed themselves as bits. Because calories is way more triggering for people that actually have eating disorders. Yeah. So, like, if you eat this egg, you get 10 bits, for example. And you have a limit of a set amount of bits per day that you can eat. But you need to control that. So what you get is basically some kind of a Tetris puzzle. And in the Tetris puzzle, you need to fit specific different foods. And you need to cover all your little stomach areas with the Tetris puzzle. But if you leave any of them empty, you become hungry. and then you suffer, and then your mood drops.
Wow.
So basically the game starts to show you that you cannot be happy if you do this thing. And it starts by basically giving you a diet minigame where you're starting to manage basically your mood, your hunger, and what you eat. And it's always like...
It sounds like this game is a game that needs to come with a trigger warning the way you describe it.
Basically, the game does come with a trigger warning itself. And it starts by saying, like, you're playing basically the introduction of the game, and this is going to show you how the character starts dieting. This game is not about dieting, and it's not pro-dieting. It just needs to lead up to a conclusion, basically, about how that affects people. The gameplay itself is pretty good. Like, I really enjoyed that. The art style is fantastic. The music is great. And basically what you see is that the moment... what it shows you through gameplay, through the means of a game, which is the best way of actually giving out a story or a message, fully interactable. It tells you basically that a young person being introduced to something so restrictive and societal standards basically leads to unhappiness, inevitable unhappiness.
Yeah. And it sounds like in this case, it started with the person's mother telling them that they should do this, right?
Yep, exactly. So it's an absolute yupper for me. I never had an experience like that before playing a game. I really want to see how the full thing is going to be.
Who do you think is the audience for this? Do you think this is meant to create like empathy or understanding in people who have not experienced anything like this?
A film critic that I follow always quotes someone about this, which what he normally says is, the best art is art that creates empathy, or something along those lines. And I feel like this is it. This is like hitting the nail on the head, let's say, when it comes to creating empathy. You know, I would even show this to parents. Be like, don't do that.
Right.
Look how this can affect your kid and everything. Of course, it is an extremely sensitive subject. It's something that I feel can only be said through personal experiences. I don't think it's something that can easily be said by someone that does not feel, let's say, what they're putting in paper. And it's very poignant, very specific, and very...
There's also the approach that like Ninja Theory has taken with the Hellblade games, where they have consulted both... They have consulted people with lived experience, they've consulted their supporters, they've consulted experts in the field about psychosis in their attempt to create something that is a respectful and generally representative, I suppose, or of a specific kind of mental health condition.
Yeah, I don't think in this case the team was big enough to do something so with consultants and everything, at least not professionally, let's say. Of course, I don't know about the team. I don't know who they are. Cannot speak for their experiences. But what I played felt personal, and I will certainly be checking it out.
Good. I want to check it out as well now. The way you're describing it sounds very interesting.
Check the demo. And let me know.
Do we know when this is coming out?
25th of September.
I've not, thankfully, had any issues with disordered eating, but as you said, going back to your comment, which may not be the exact quote, that the greatest art is the art that creates empathy or elicits empathy about other people. This is what I'm ultimately looking for in my art. So if this is what this does,
because the demo is relatively short. You play basically 5 days, I think, of this person's life, and basically they tell you like you need to meet this goal like under these bits throughout these days in order to be able to lose some weight.
Right. Okay.
So it's very short what you play, but from what I saw, I very quickly understood where they were coming from, and I think something so small and so silly that was in wholesome games. I think it was in Day of the Devs. It wasn't in wholesome games because this is not wholesome.
Yeah. Although I don't know, there were some weird games in wholesome games. So
Well, it was in Day of the Devs in the end.
Yeah.
Not in Wholesome Games. Maybe they showed the trailer. I don't remember, honestly. I don't think it matters.
It makes me think of Depression Quest, although that wasn't exactly a game, but it attempted to do something similar of conveying how impossible it can be, even if you know what the right thing to do is, or the thing that will help you is to actually do it when you're depressed.
Yeah. Depression Quest was also something that I thought of as I was playing this game. And also there was another trailer that reminded me a bit of the premise of Depression Quest, but I don't remember the name, so we'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
But if something so small and silly looking has the impact that it had to me on this 25-minute demo, it might be something special. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. For something lighter than that, I will move on to a game called Hirogami.
Would you say it's as light as paper?
Yeah.
Actually, if you have a bundle of paper, it's heavy.
If you have a bundle of papers, you have a bundle of wood, basically. So it can be very heavy.
Yeah. Bad analogy. Let's move on. Fine.
Yeah. So there's a lot of words here on the developer. So Bandai Namco. I'll say Bandai Namco. Different studios of Bandai Namco. The release date is 3rd of September 2025. This is a thing that we did talk briefly about in the previous episode we did about the game shows because we both liked it.
Yeah, the art style looks very cute.
It's a 3D action adventure puzzle platformer with a visual style that resembles origami. Looks very cute. It brought to mind PS2.
Okay.
The style of art, of course, it looks cleaner and better and high resolution, but I got again, that combination of nostalgia and freshness. The demo was really light on story, and the combat seems pretty simple. The twist of the combat is that you can take on various forms, and the setting is that you've lost this power due to some kind of corruption, and you have limited powers when it comes to shape changing.
So basically, it's a way for you to build up your character and level up, yeah?
Yeah, and you come across other creatures who seem to be corrupted, and you defeat them, and that frees them, but also gives you the ability to take on their form, and then use their special move.
So there's combat?
Yes, there is combat.
Oh, okay. I didn't think that's going to be the case.
It's a weird combat because, as the character that you play, you cannot attack the physical environment. There are some corruption bits around the world that you can destroy or dispel or whatever with the attack action you have. And you clear those and you come across enemies, and the enemies, you can't defeat them directly. You need to use the environment and whatever their attack is to get the enemy to defeat itself, basically. So the first one you come across was some armadillo who does a rolling charge.
Oh, cute. Yeah.
But there are spikes around, so you position yourself so that the armadillo attacks you, gets hit on the spikes by the roll that he does.
Oh, that's cruel.
And then eventually... yeah, but then the armadillo is happy because you freed it from the corruption.
Oh, thank you for poking me with spikes. I'm freed of the corruption.
It's kind of weird. That then gives you the ability to turn into the armadillo, and then you can do the rolling action and destroy certain things that are blocking your path. It looks like you can take up to 4 forms unless there's more that wasn't visible in the demo. I didn't play too long because I didn't want to see too much of it because it seemed like something I might enjoy playing. The armadillo had a Scottish accent, which I found quite amusing.
In an origami game.
Yes. It's not voiced, so it's only written dialogue, but it's written...
Oh, with a Scottish accent?
It's written with very, very light hints of Scots in the language. I thought it was very amusing because it made me think of that sketch from Lemmy, the armadillo. Kind of sounds like I'm a dildo, ha ha ha, where he plays an American tourist coming to
I don't know
Glasgow, and then he goes to the armadillo and goes, ha ha, it sounds like I'm a dildo. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay. Do you know what's the funniest thing about comedy?
explaining jokes that you have no idea what they are and
Yeah.
explaining them badly so they sound unfunny. Yes.
So yeah, that's what happened here.
I don't know. Look up Lemmy Armadillo. You probably come across the video that I'm talking about. I have it as a Wait for Plus or Game Pass.
Okay, so no straight yet.
Again, because it seems very light on narrative.
Mm.
And this is just a personal thing. Like, even if I like the gameplay loop and the looks and the vibe, I need some compelling narrative for me to keep my interest in completing a game.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
And if this doesn't have it, I may play for 2 or 3 hours and then go, all right, I played enough. I'm okay now. I don't need to play more.
Yeah, I'm in a similar position with you there. I usually need a narrative, not always. Like, I don't know, Bloodborne is very light on narrative, but it's one of my favorite games ever. It's heavy on lore, light on narrative.
Yes. it's light on traditional narrative as we find it in many video games, but there's a lot there.
Well, I don't know. I love Vampire Survivors. There's fucking no narrative there.
Fair enough. Hey, man, I play Gran Turismo. There's not much narrative in Gran Turismo. So.
There's the narrative of the open road.
Yeah. It's not open. It's closed tracks, but okay.
Just you and the elements in a car. All right.
I only play Toka or Grid Race Driver because I want to play the narrative.
I played Need for Speed.
Those actually do have narratives.
I know. I remember there was one, and you play man, and man is in car, and bad man comes, and he keys your car, and main man angry, and then he's like, "We race now, you poo-poo face."
Yeah, that could be the next Need for Speed.
Speaking of narrative, I played a game called Pipistrello and the Cursed Yoyo.
All right.
And I streamed this one because I don't know.
Yeah, I watched you.
Yeah, that sounds creepy. Developers.
I watched you play your Pipistrello.
While I was playing with my Thrustmaster. I played that on stream. It's pixel art, very old school Castlevania style game where you play a little bat, hence Pipistrello, with a yo-yo, and basically the yo-yo... No, your auntie gets trapped... Your auntie's soul gets trapped in your yo-yo, and then you use it to smash people with a yo-yo. And yeah, okay, narrative, not there much really. Like, as much narrative as you will get in an old pixel game from, like, you know, the Super Nintendo or whatever.
I don't know. We had like Final Fantasies and Chrono Triggers and all that stuff back then, so there were games with no narrative.
Fair enough. Anyway, it looks adorable. There's not much there to say. Like, it is a game that is more about, you know, playing it and the cool little jingles and music. And the best thing about it is the yo-yo mechanics, as silly as that may sound, because there's a lot of ricocheting action happening there. So you can throw your yo-yo off string and it just like zoops around the stage while ricocheting through walls and corners and everything, getting as many of enemies as you can. So planning your shots ahead is really beneficial. There's also a parry mechanic for some reason, throwing, you know, projectiles back to enemies or stunning enemies that attack you on melee. It is a gameplay game. There were 3 stages basically on the demo: the introductory stage, a boss, and the difficult stage. And I went through all of them.
The difficult stage?
There was like an easy stage, which was the introductory one, a stage that was the difficulty was difficult, and a boss that was difficult.
Okay.
I went through all of them very happily. Yes, I had plenty of fail states. But of course, it was during my, as you all may know, it was during my cozy morning, during coffee consumption streams that may be a recurrent thing that I do now. So...
Yeah, like 9:30 a.m. on a Saturday, so...
I was playing 10 o'clock in the morning. I had woken up like half an hour before. So, like, I was playing as the caffeine was kicking in, so I was becoming a little bit more responsive as it was going on. But yeah, I'll play it, definitely. It looks cute. The pixel art is adorable. So, yeah, thumbs up.
Cool stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit more about more racing here.
Racing! We need a sound prompt button.
We need some sound effect for this, yeah. I don't know if I'll have it for this episode, but we'll do something in the future. Called Speed Demons 2. Apparently there's a Speed Demons 1. I have no idea. This is a game developed and published by Radiant Games. Has a release date of 2025. Some point.
We're halfway through.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a side-scrolling traffic-evading arcade racer.
Like Frogger?
I don't remember what Frogger is like.
You just evade traffic.
Oh, you cross the road, right? No.
Ah.
This one, you're just racing through you're driving through the street or the road, and then you're evading cars as you go.
Like Fast and Furious.
Like that, or the thing this game brought to mind was, do you know the music game called AudioSurf?
I loved AudioSurf.
Yeah. It reminded me a little bit of that, so I wanted to check it out because I loved AudioSurf as well. I still play AudioSurf occasionally, which essentially it's a racing game, right?
Yeah.
You're racing through the thing and then you're evading things. So that's at the core, it's a very similar mechanic.
Yeah, but I was putting in my own songs and I was having fun with it.
Yeah, and we'll get to that. So it has a cool visual style and it has a cool soundtrack, but it didn't seem like the soundtrack is very varied. Visually, the other thing it reminded me of was Mad Max.
Huh?
It has multiple modes, and in some of the modes you need to destroy other vehicles, and the explosions and everything gets quite bombastic and impressive, and it reminded me, I think it was going for that Mad Max style of big road explosions, vehicle combat spectacle. It was cool. The side-scrolling perspective was a bit difficult for me to get used to, because that's not how I normally play games of the racing games. And the default control scheme didn't make any sense to me, but thankfully it was customizable fully. For all the modes it has, it seemed to be a bit one note, unfortunately. I played the demo, had some light fun. It seems like something I might play if I want to play something for like 10 minutes to chill and then go do something else. I put it on my wish list in case at some point it's like super cheap and I want to get it just to occasionally pop in it. But yeah, that was kind of it. It was one of those weird arcadey looking things that sometimes is enjoyable to play. This was enjoyable to play. Don't know for how long. If you're into this kind of thing, check it out.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know you are
not. Cool. Well, let's keep it lighter with a game called... Well, wait, first, from developer Sassy Chap Games. A game called Date Everything.
I've seen this. I've not played it, but I've seen it.
So this is one you would call silly.
You don't say?
It's kind of a first-person game, but also a date simulator. You play as a person that just joined the company as a customer service agent or something. And you immediately are faced with multiple different choices. So you have cases that you need to solve as a customer service person, and you have the option of completely derailing the conversation very, very quickly. Like a person welcomes you, and like one of my options was to say to, piss off Dinglebert or whatever, or shut up.
Okay.
Like the customer service options were completely like unhinged. Either like you could approach completely straight face as you're trying to solve the issue, or you could just start questioning the customers like without any real goal, just be like throwing.
Just be a troll, basically.
Basically, be as trolly as you can. I don't know if you can get fired eventually because of this or whatever, but it looked.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask. Is there any consequence?
So far, there was no consequence.
So how do these people react when you do that?
Oh, they get angry. They threaten you. So I got a lawsuit threat. I think a threat for violence by one of my customers.
But nothing happens.
Nothing happened as I was playing it.
Okay.
And then you exit, let's say, your job. And when you go into your personal time in your new house, I think it's your new house, you get an app which brings out the personality of all inanimate objects around you. And that's what Date Everything comes in to play, is that you can literally date everything.
Right.
Because all of the, appliances, items in the house and everything, they get their own little avatar with their own personality and person that they reply to you through this app. So your phone has a person, a door had a person, all of these things had basically its own personality, and you can approach them in a sweet way or a mean way, and you can make them from friends to enemies or friends plus or whatever it was called there, lovers maybe. What was really striking, it was the writing. It was extremely silly, and I feel like I would really have a very good laugh playing this.
So this is basically a game about objectophilia.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll play that. I'll play this. It looked very stupid. It looks like a very good laugh, potentially something that I would have fun playing with my partner. She would find it extremely funny as well, and brought me vibes of Hatoful Boyfriend, if you ever played it.
Oh yeah. I was thinking of that actually, yes.
But with more chances for you to basically completely fuck up your situation with just horrible dialogue.
Is there any goal?
I did not feel like there was any goal as I was playing it, no. Do your job, date everything.
Right. Okay.
There was no premise as far as I played. So it looks stupid, and it's something that I will definitely check out again in the future.
All right. Going to something less stupid. Or less silly. We shouldn't call it stupid. A bit of a hard turn here into space sci-fi. With a game called Star Overdrive. By Caracal Games. Published by Dear Villagers. Never heard of them before. With a release date of... Oh, it's already come out. So, 19th of June.
Okay.
It's an open world game set on an alien planet that you explore riding a hoverboard with rock music.
We saw that, yeah. We saw that in the trailers.
Yeah, so your spaceship crashes on this planet after you receive an SOS message from, I think it's your partner whom you've been looking for, who seems to be researching some lost civilization on that planet that you crash on. And the only thing that survives your crash from your spaceship is your guitar. And that's your weapon. Very striking visuals, very colorful. Music is generic rock, really, but it's kind of fun. I didn't like the style of the character faces, but you don't see them very much. Like, they have these like big giant eyes that cartoon characters sometimes have. Or I don't know if this is an anime style of a face, but not a big fan of that.
Depends.
Yeah, anyway, the whole gameplay is like you ride your hoverboard, you jump, you do tricks to gain momentum, and every time you do a trick, you go faster. There's melee combat with your guitar and puzzle solving that seems to activate some ancient machines. Gives you some exposition through that. Allows you to reach higher places. It has collectibles. Partly for crafting, partly for hoverboard customization, partly for exposition. So it depends. It looks like there's something for everyone in terms of what you enjoy doing in your games. Like, I'm not hugely into customizing stuff, so I wouldn't care much for that. Crafting depends on whether that is useful or not, or how excessive it is. The exposition is too early to tell, but because of the setting, it kind of hooked me a little bit. I'm a little bit apprehensive because it's open world, and we've talked about previously, and we'll talk about, as you hear in a future episode, about game length and how the open world design has become very stale for us and hurts a lot of games. So whether I will like it as a whole game or not might very heavily depend on how long the game is and how much it has all the usual open world pitfalls. I have it as a wait for plus.
Okay.
It was out on Switch already, and it was coming out on the 19th of June on PC and PS5.
Oh, so I could potentially just go and buy it right now.
You could.
I won't.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It looks good.
It looked good. I like the vibe. I like the style. It was very relaxing. Like, this game is my idea of cozy games.
Fair enough, yeah. I can tell that like riding your hoverboard basically throughout this like deserty planet that I saw might actually be pretty fun. So
yeah, and very relaxing.
Fair enough.
Kind of like Sable.
Yeah. I did not play Sable in full. I played 15 minutes of it.
I played a bit last year on stream.
Yeah, I remember.
Soon after I got my PS5, I realized that the game's art style through the PS5 streaming was causing the streams to become very pixelated.
Huh.
Yeah, because it's full of like really fine lines, and like it wasn't a bitrate thing. I think you need very high bitrate for that kind of video to not become pixelated when it moves. And I think the encoder that the PS5 has is not great overall in terms of quality when it comes to moving, like fast action. And it became super busy, and then I watched back the VOD, and I'm like, oh no, this really hurts the game. When I'm in, like, there was in the starting area, there's a temple that you go in, and it was becoming like a blurry mess when I was moving a lot. So I paused the stream, and I intend to go back to this summer to stream it through my PC, and hopefully it will look better. I mean, it will look as good as it can look on Twitch, because Twitch has a very fairly low bitrate limit, so it hurts these games. But I really want to play it. I really enjoyed it. This game has a little bit of that vibe, so if it's on Plus, I'll probably be streaming it.
Cool. One more game from me, and basically that's going to be my list.
Yeah, I think I have one more game left as well.
This one I also played on stream, but this one, in comparison, was not a good streaming game.
Why not?
Because it is very quiet, and I'm not very good at feeling this quietness, let's say, when I'm playing on stream. Like, I like
feeling it or feeling it, like
feeling it,
or both.
Like when I cannot feel that much quiet time on stream. Basically, it's developed by the Game Breakers, and it's called Cairn. This is a climbing simulator if I've ever seen one, but this is not to be used derogatively. Basically, I'm not using the name simulator to say like.
Also, do not use this game to learn how to climb.
No. There is not going to be a helpful robot that's going to get your pittance off the wall and bring it down to you. Basically, you get full control of each one of your limbs as you climb. You need to very carefully examine the slopes and hills and cliffs and sides of the mountain that you climb to see where the cracks are, where you can, shove a limb, where you can grab an edge so you can like easily go up. It is stressful, but relaxing as well. As you're climbing, your character will basically indicate how tired they are, not by a meter, but from their breathing. So if they start breathing very, very heavily, you know that, holy shit, I haven't grabbed something well here, I need to adjust. And you need to be very strategic in how you use your resources, because you're basically just climbing in the wild. You're climbing a mountain. So I immediately used all of my food resources and my water. So I was like, holy shit.
So you eat to regain stamina? Or?
Yes, you basically have your you have your health, which is like generic, like how much of a beating you've taken if you fall, let's say. I did take a nasty fall and it's brutal. You have your hunger, thirst, and cold. Cold did not become relevant during the demo, but I suppose that as you climb the main mountain, it's going to start becoming way more relevant.
Yeah. I remember seeing, I don't know if this was the game I saw, but there was in the trailer, in terms of communicating fatigue, that your limbs also start to shake.
Yes, you do get shaky limbs and everything. And what was happening during the stream when I was playing it was that I was starting to feel myself lost in this concentration of like going up a place and like examining the side of a mountain. And it's quiet because there's no music, just sounds of like wind, birds and everything as you climb, and heavy breathing when your character gets very tired.
Sounds like a game best played on your own.
Yes, yeah. As I was playing, I was like, okay, this is not a good stream game. I played about an hour of it. It is pretty fantastic. I cannot fathom people actually doing this in real life. I find heights horrifying. I find mountains horrifying. I don't know why anyone would do this, but if this is the closest I can get to actually experiencing it, I'll take it. And it seems like it's done very well.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I think we have a funny story.
Oh yeah.
We went to go up Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh,
which is not even considered
no
an advanced climb or anything.
It's not even a climb. It's like
it's a steep path up. Yeah,
it's a steep path up, and you managed to go further than I did.
Yeah, eventually we had to return because it was just me and a friend of ours that ended up like going up, and we're like, oh, well, we're by ourselves now, so we just returned eventually.
Because kind of halfway through that path, my body just could not move forward. It was so fucking weird. It's like I have no control of my body. I'm like trying to move my leg. It's not happening.
Yeah, I don't freeze up, but I get dizzy at times. And this was not the worst, let's say, situation that I find myself in, but I remember that it was challenging.
Yeah, I had played Juson, if I'm pronouncing it.
Jusan, yeah.
Yeah, I think that game was triggering my fear of heights as well, and I stopped playing it.
Yeah, this one will as well. There was at some point that I think even the ones I did were very mild compared to what you're actually going to go through in the game, because I was like, I got to a point that I was like feeling like I was struggling, or maybe I wasn't really struggling, but mentally it was like, oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember that I took a nasty fall, and that I was like feeling very like horrible for it. Or I was like midway up a slope. How's this called? A slope or a plate or a wall? I just looked down. And I was like, oh fuck. This is
that sounds like a good thing though, that this is positive for the game, yeah.
No. And when I said the climbing simulator, I don't mean by it's like a cheap, let's say, way of making a game. No, it comes with a narrative, it comes with a character that you control, and it comes with a very specific style. Like it has a very striking fine, like it has like fine lines and just very striking little like art style.
Yeah.
It just goes very hard on the climbing part and really focuses on it in a way that it's both a survival game and a sports game and a physics game. And at times I was feeling like I was contorting that lady's body in a way that was inhumane. I was like, she should not be holding on to this like this. It's stressful and exciting, but also extremely peaceful because of the setting.
Yeah.
And the character basically seems to have a will to escape. Like she seems to have had enough from everyone, to prefer basically the peace of the mountain and her climbs than actually communicating. Yeah, that's another yupper.
Cool. I'll close my list with a noper.
Oh, controversial.
Just to be a downer after the game that goes up. Right.
Well, until it doesn't.
So I tried out Yooka-Replaylee, which I think is a remaster of Yooka-Laylee.
Did we need a remaster of Yooka-Laylee?
I don't know. Which also run like shit.
Oh, really?
Yes. I don't know why. This is by Playtonic Games. It has a release date of 2025. If anyone doesn't know what this is, it's a 3D platformer collectathon game. This is not Click at all. I hadn't played the original.
Oh, you have not?
I have not. I've not played any Yooka-Replaylee games, because there are some 2D platformers as well.
I've played the original. It's good. It's a good game. It's very much this Banjo and Kazooie collectathon nostalgia.
Yes, I think it's from people who worked on Banjo-Kazooie, and it shows the style and the feel is very similar, and I did not really ever click with those games either, so probably not their audience.
Well, maybe
I didn't like the audiovisual style here and all the character designs. It plays okay, but not for me. These games are not for me, so I don't know why it's... Well, when I say these games are not for me, I don't mean 3D platformer collectathons, because I've played other ones that I've enjoyed, but I think there's something about the feel of the Banjo-Kazooie games and this one that I just don't feel it, and I don't click with the characters and the style at all.
Fair enough. I mean, I liked Yooka-Replaylee. I played one Banjo and Kazooie game at some point in my life. Do not ask me what. I don't remember.
I think they were on the 360, weren't they?
I don't remember when and how. I have strong memories of me playing them, but that's about it.
Fair enough.
But I would never rave, let's say, about it in that sense.
Okay.
So, fair.
So yeah, there had to be another noper in here, I guess.
Yeah, I was too positive.
Yeah, I was expecting to like this. I think that was the surprise of, oh, I really don't like this. Huh. That was my response. But that's okay. Nothing against the game, and I think it's just not for me.
And it didn't run well.
And it didn't run well, which that was also surprising.
Yeah.
That's all the game demos we played. We played a lot.
We did. And also finished Clair Obscure, meanwhile, during this week as I was playing those demos. So
during this week, I had spent... Well, I played all the demos the previous week, as you hadn't. So we waited another week to record this, so you had some time to play them.
Yeah. Which worked out, because I found out that Consumi is actually pretty fantastic. And Cairn is actually pretty fantastic, so...
Yeah, no, I think it was the right choice. So during this week that I was waiting for you to play demos, I got a PS2 on eBay.
Oh, nice.
And I have played about an hour of a variety of games that I hadn't touched since I was a teenager. This morning, I got up and with my breakfast, I played some Dog's Life.
I love Dog's Life. It's one of my favorite games.
Something I didn't remember about Dog's Life is that the controls are fully inverted, both left and right and up and down, and there's no option to change them.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, old games, doing whatever the fuck they want.
Did not stop me from playing it.
Me neither, but yeah, it just takes some getting used to when you go back to them. We'll talk about more of them.
Yeah.
In the future. I think we have something in mind for that. You intend to stream Dog's Life at some point.
Yeah.
I'll be streaming some old games as well at some point. That's my half of the reason I wanted to dig that up and see what I have, what I can get. Like back when I used to live in Greece, so this is 13 years ago now, and I had all my old consoles in my home. Every summer I would take about a month or two where I would go down on retro dives because I found it pretty chill and interesting to revisit old stuff. I've not done that in ages, so I might do that. I don't know about the summer because you convinced me to play Clair Obscure and I want to focus on that before I move on to other things.
Yeah, please do.
That is not obviously for a stream. I want to play it by myself and really pay attention to it and feel the feelings that it wants me to feel. But yeah, so probably towards the end of August or September, I'll be playing some old games on Twitch. If you're into that kind of thing, you can find me there and see me struggle to get used to old clunky games.
That's the life.
Yeah. How was this experience for you going through all these demos?
I had fun. My favorite thing is like discovering stuff and trying things out, and this pushed me to try things that I didn't think I would otherwise. I found out some things that I would not have checked otherwise, and that's great. And in general, like, all I care about is just finding new things, getting recommendations, getting things that I like, so...
The week that I've been going through all my old things, I guess, yeah. No, it was very enjoyable for me as well. It had been years since I had taken part in this demo fest that Steam does. And it was super fun.
Yeah.
I will make sure to do it again when they do this again. Because this is, even if I don't end up playing most of these, I like getting glimpses into what people do and make, especially smaller, more experimental, bolder things. Having said that, I did play some pretty high-profile stuff in these demos, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun to look at that. And next year, I think I'm going to be even more heavy in this. So we'll see in a year's time.
Yeah. I hope you heard something that piqued your interest here, so you can check it out.
Yeah.
And if you have any demos you played, as the audience, that you want to share your thoughts about with us, or you want us to check out because you think we might enjoy them, or you want us to play it so you can watch us and be all creepy about it, send an email. You can find that in the description. It's podcast@voleandottergames.com.
Yeah. Check our streams.
Check our streams. Check out YouTubes. We'll catch you in the next episode, which will be 2 weeks from this one and shorter.
Yeah. And also, we're going to go back in time because we're going to use, like, there's going to be an older episode that has worse sound.
Yeah, these are the most current, recent ones. Like, I'm editing them and putting them up a week after we've recorded them. But then the episodes that will go up, the 3 next episodes that are going up after this one were recorded about a year ago.
Yeah.
We're going to sound so young.
Yeah, it's going to be so different.
Yeah, I'll be so excited about everything.
Oh, wow,
Yes, we're going to talk about Nintendo games because we were babies. Thank you for listening. Thank you to everyone who has helped us to make this possible. You know who you are. You remain anonymous, but we know who you are.
And thank you, my cat. Goodbye.
Bye.